Look at the picture. See the skull. Visible Frankenstein controls. The Brain Thoughts broadcasting radio. The Frankenstein earphone radio. The latest new skull reforming to contain all Frankenstein controls.
Starfield, did you eat my lasagna?
Welcome to Frankenstein Control.
Who touched my Starfield spaghetti? Did I just date myself?
Oh God, I forgot about that meme. That was a really flash in the pan one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Of course, I'll remember it instead of my wife's face when I get Alzheimer's and dementia.
I was gonna say I haven't thought about that in like 10 years.
It's not even 10 years old.
At no
Dogs
point was
allowed.
At no point was I sadder that the rest of Bethesda's races were not going to be in Starfield than when I realized I could not be an orange Khajiit named Starfield and eat lasagnas.
That's sad.
And eat lasagnas in space.
Oh my fucking God.
Ruin John Arbuckle's space day, I guess.
Oh my God, that's ridiculous.
Space Arbuckle.
Starfield.
That's incredibly stupid.
Starbuckle.
Buck wild. I love it.
It's so stupid it makes me angry, but it's funny. And I can't do it.
So, obviously, this is our Starfield episode, even though none of us have played Starfield but B-Rye, but I have some questions, and I'm sure Ada does too.
I'd be happy to address them.
Oh, well, I got some questions, but also B-Rye wants to talk about Starfield.
I had one question, but it's already been answered.
What?
Can you fuck the aliens? And apparently there are no aliens.
That was going to be my question. Is there anybody but humans?
So this is a bit of a spoiler, but not really that much of a spoiler. So the main quest, such as it is, instead of the Blades, you join Constellation, which are an explorers group.
Oh.
And basically, they take the Expanse route with the aliens.
Oh, I get you.
So we discover we discover shit what was not made by us, but who made it and what for, and whether they're still
what
around.
For did they do it?
What for did they do it, and are they still around to tell us? These are the central mysteries. However, so sentient aliens. They're either not in the game or they are a late game, like at the end of the story type shit. That'll be confirmed or denied.
Well,
however,
surely somebody's beaten it by now.
I'm very positive.
They put nude mods in the game. They're beating it right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put some aliens in there and I'm gonna fuck them.
I just meant it in the sense that I'm not gonna. I don't know, and I haven't looked up the spoilers yet, so I don't know at this point. However, the humanoid aliens are not. This is not Mass Effect. There are not humanoid aliens everywhere. You cannot be one as your species.
Sad.
So there's no blue women for Captain Kirk to have sex with.
And you can't have the cat named Starfield.
Can't have a kitty named Starfield.
An orange Khajiit named Starfield.
Can't have an orange Khajiit named Starfield and eat lasagnas in space.
Starfield ate my lasagna.
Be a true cosmic horror for John.
For John Arbuckle.
Yeah.
You could make it. You know what? If you have enough grit and determination and imagination, you can make your ship look like Garfield.
That you almost certainly could do. It'll look like it in the horrible parade float way, but
That's the best kind, really.
It'll come out looking like the balloon of Grunkle Stan, the I Eat Kids balloon. It'll come out looking like that.
Man.
So to fully, because I realized just now that I didn't fully answer your question. There are aliens in the game. However, they are non-sentient animals what live on some of the planets you get.
Oh, okay. So there is life on other worlds. They're just not
Little
humans.
critters.
Yeah.
They're just little guys.
Yes.
Hey, the game has little guys.
Yeah, funny little guys.
They have funny little guys.
Can you collect little gems or little jewels or anything? Or
Probably. It's a Bethesda game. It's probably in there.
You can go on the planet and collect diamondium or quantum gemeralds.
Yes, and
unobtainium.
The sapphires that allow you to open the gates of Garash. Moon sapphires. Sapphires.
The echololia. That's definitely one where I just don't read the word sapphires.
You have to sapphires.
Sapphires. Yeah, it's true. Sapphires had that effect on
I can say sapphire. It's singular.
But if it's
plural,
it's plural. All of a sudden,
sapphires.
You've become a grizzled space wizard.
Yeah.
I got the same thing with a different gem. If I see diamonds, I have to read diamonds.
Yes, diamonds.
Okay,
same writer too, or at least creative director.
I have a pretty adequate question.
E.
Does Starfield have classes?
Yes.
Oh, it does.
There's a math class. There's a history class. There's a how to fuck aliens when you find them class.
Oh, okay, yes.
If we find them. You
gotta use the Xenogel, otherwise your dick will melt.
So they are called, I might be getting this wrong, but they are called backgrounds. When you pick your character's background.
Okay.
So when you make your person, you choose their pronouns and piss off some mid-40s jerk dads with American flag tattoos.
And wraparound sunglasses and Facebook videos where they're in their car.
Yeah, and it's always that. So you pick your pronouns.
Mm-hmm.
You design your character. It gives you 40, like at least 40
Pronouns.
Pronouns and genders to choose from. Now, it gives you 40 like pre-made people to fuck around with.
Oh, that's
as
cool.
Like the presets that you start character creation with. Gives you a shit ton of them to choose from this time.
Oh, just to let you know, Baldur's Gate character creation system is diverse in terms of races, but not diverse in terms of faces. Just to let you know. But you can diversify your genets. So that's cool.
The old Wang slider.
Mm-hmm. They got 4 types of dicks in that game.
4 types of dicks.
Wow.
Four types of dicks.
That's a lot of dicks.
Are they all humanoid dicks, or are there any like barbed or not?
Unfortunately, we're not in Bad Dragon territory. However, give the modders
Come
time.
on.
Give the modders time, Ada. Give the modders some time.
Pre-order drops.
If it makes you feel any better, female orcs are horrifying naked. Let me tell you.
Go on.
They're like super muscle women, and which I don't have a problem with. But their muscles are weird because they're not like they don't follow like human muscle structure. So it looks
cool.
like ah.
We got some
It looks so
Tagoro
strange.
shit going on.
You
And,
have to have some diversification because it's.
Yeah.
I hate it when
which they definitely have. If you like 3 different types of little person, then sign up for fucking Baldur's Gate.
Hobbit, dwarf, and gnome.
They got Hobbit. They got Halfling, Dwarf, and Gnome, and they're all little people in different ways.
Neat.
Really?
So yeah, like they look like all the different kinds of dwarfs.
All them dwarfs.
Of little people of all different kinds. They got like a Peter Dinklage little person.
Like an actual human.
Yeah.
With dwarfism.
Yes, okay. And then there's and then also they just got like Danny DeVito. So every kind of little person you can think of.
He has an orangutan body.
And then also, if you really want to go off the beaten path, I didn't look into this. Now I think about it. I didn't look at the dragon's cocks. They have Dragonborn in that game, and I didn't look at their peepees.
Taylor.
I didn't look at their peepees.
That is not your due diligence,
Maybe
my dude.
I know. That's because I went straight for a gnome. No, a halfling. I went straight for the halfling because I wanted to become a barbarian, and so I could have a tiny little halfling throwing people. Because I knew that barbarians could throw people when their strength reaches a certain threshold.
Can you give the smallest gnome the largest dong?
Okay, so here's the thing. You can't change the dong sizes.
Cyberpunk lets you change the dong
They
sizes.
do. They let you, again, let the modders cook. Oh my god, Ada's looking it up right now.
Dragonborn customization. Reddit thread. Dragonborn customization extremely lacking in one area.
Yeah, no.
Oh no.
I've been turbo hyped for the game, but imagine my dismay upon discovering that Dragonborn just have regular-ass human dicks. I understand that many people will be fine with this, or even prefer it, but I'm really disappointed that there are no options for more exotic/reptilian options. Sexual appeal aside, it's really disconcerting. Oh, yes, I'm over 18. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, Reddit's really bad about that.
I'm not logged in.
You have to accept all the cookies.
Sexual appeal aside, it's really disconcerting and doesn't make any biological sense. There should be scales on the dick. As a filthy scaly, I'm also disappointed in the lack of sexual appeal. I would have liked to see some more exotic options here. Genital slits, interesting dick shapes, etc. But hopefully modders will come through in the meantime.
See, even he knows.
Long story short, they should have consulted the furries. They fucking should have. Pre-order dropped.
They should have. I'll even
Which
say
is
it.
wild because there's a bunch of programmers working on that on any game team. You'd think they could just ask them. That's all programmers are furries joke right there. Although, just like Cyberpunk, you can have you can choose your pronoun and you could choose
gender and
you could choose titty and boobie. You could choose titty and boobie.
I got tits and I got boobs.
You get boobie and pee at the same time, and you could just be like, "Hey, gang," and it's fine. And also the genitals have hairy and non-hairy. Those are your choices, basically.
How hairy?
And that's why they have 4 dicks, because they have cut and uncut, and so hairy and non-hairy for both of those.
Oh, but
4.
is it all like the same size?
It's all the same size.
Oh, come
yeah,
on.
I know. And you can't change titty size. You can't do that neither.
Come on.
I know. We all want big titty
on.
goth girlfriends with peepees.
I want my 4 foot long schlong.
I need to make
Triple
Dr.
G
Phil the
cups.
Barbarian with his 5-foot dragger.
Exactly.
That would. Oh my God. Dr. Phil in Baldur's Gate 3 would be so funny. Oh my God, that would be the ultimate role-playing experience. Holy shit.
That is
You
so
go up
funny.
to everybody. It's like, you said you would give me 500 gold for completing this mission. What did you mean by that?
A thing that makes me really sad about Baldur's Gate is that it is multiplayer. Like, as in, you can do the campaign of the game multiplayer. You don't have to, like, meaning you don't have to go through the adventure and, like, bring your, like, the fun NPC friends you make along the way. You could straight up just have your real life friends make characters and put them in your world, and you guys do the main game's campaign together. This isn't like a multiplayer mode where it's all different.
Yeah.
It's the fucking campaign, and you just do it. That's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
But the thing that makes me sad about that is no one's going to want to play with me. Because nobody can...
Jen might want to play with you.
Jen might want to play. That's true. She might want to. Yeah. If I can if I can wipe my fucking nose for 1 second and stop bitching about how hard the game is.
Stop heeming and whimpering.
I'm heeming and whimpering about how fucking stupid I am at the 8 billion controls the game has. I'm not used to it. It needs one of those fucking Metal Storm controllers that cost $400.
Starfield needs one too, because
Getting back to Starfield, because that's what this fucking episode is about. Sorry,
it can be about all of these games. It's just, we do periodic game reviews and discussions, and it's all related.
That's true.
All,
can you make Tanya lasagna in Starfield?
No, because you can't be a child.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She was a child. I thought she was just standard anime girl.
No, she was...
Which is a little girl, but we all pretend she's not.
Yes.
Thanks, Japan.
So there's a lot of stuff, really cool stuff, that you can do in Starfield, and a lot of, like, fun...
Yeah, because we were talking about classes and backgrounds.
Right, so I'll get back to that in a second, but one thing...
Is Space Trucker a background?
Is Space Trucker is a background.
Oh!
Actually, I think they call it Long Hauler, but it's but it says, the description says you're a Space Trucker.
Yeah.
And so
Wait, it really says Space Trucker in the description? That's awesome.
Yes,
okay, sign me up.
There's Space Trucker.
I'm currently wearing an outfit called Space Trucker Cargo Wear. It's like it's everywhere in the game. It's like Space Truckers are definitely.
I've seen your character. He looks like Carl from Aqua Teen.
He does. I designed him horrible on purpose.
He looks like Pogo the Clown without the makeup.
I did use. I didn't make Gacy, but I did. I frequently and unironically do use mugshots as because you get an interesting looking person.
Tracks, yeah.
And I actually looked at the to make that guy that you've seen me make. Did
you look at a Florida man?
No, he was a Florida man.
Yay!
No, he was specifically a serial killer called the Bayou Strangler, and his name is Ronald Joseph Dominique.
I mean, like, you totally got the fetal alcohol syndrome head going
Yeah.
on. Like, perfect. You captured that perfectly. Can we keep that?
Sure.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, like, if you want to edit it out, we can.
No, I did use the mugshot of a serial killer as a part of the reference for my dude, but I do that all the time.
I know you do.
But
I was astonished that you chose to go with, like, whoas, nice cans kind of guy, instead of fucking Judge Holden or something like that.
I'm saving that for my later playthroughs when I know more about the game.
Both of your characters are weird and, both Judge Holden and your character are weird and bald.
Yes.
So I guess your character character's Judge Droppin'.
Yeah, yes. There's Judge Holden and Judge Droppin'. One thing disappointing. This will actually hamper my ability to be Judge Holden later down the line when I am doing that build.
There's no engines to slay horribly?
No, not that. There's plenty of people to slay horribly.
Oh, good.
You can't have no eyebrows as an option.
Huh.
You need to have eyebrow.
Can you at least bleach them to the?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes. There's an option, and as a matter of fact, I chose it for my character that is hardly any eyebrow, but there's still some hair there. Whereas Judge Holden is supposed to have alopecia totalis. He's supposed to be completely hairless. So you can't do that. But
alopecia totalis is the scientific name for Jeff Bezos.
Yes, sure. Who also is he's the mid slider Judge Holden build.
Mid height, mid body.
The character creator in Starfield is fantastic.
Would you call it robust?
I would indeed call it robust. It feels like the cherry picked, polished up best parts of the Skyrim and Fallout 4 character creators combined. The game feels more like it playing a heavily polished and improved Fallout 4.
Just across the board or in character creation?
Across the board.
Oh, okay. Well, I happen to like Fallout 4 a great deal.
Exactly. And everyone's like, oh, this is like Skyrim in space. It's really like Fallout 4 in space.
Which I'm okay with.
Which is fine. I have hundreds of hours in Fallout 4. Fallout 4 is a good game.
I have thousands.
But if you think about all of the shit that you needed to, all the areas where you're like, oh, this could be brushed up, polished a little bit, improved a little bit, they've done that. So it feels like the game feels a lot different in a lot of good ways than Fallout 4. However, there are not a lot of coherent tutorials for half of the cool shit that you can do.
I'm already acclimating myself to literally Googling every fucking thing every 3 seconds because of Baldur's Gate.
if you want to if you're playing Starfield and you want to find out if you can do a thing, just look it up. Yeah. Just look it up. You probably can, but God knows there is not going to be coherent information in the game to tell you how to do that.
Did you have to Google where is my robot? When you found him standing hilariously on top of your spaceship?
I almost had to do that. I'll tell you, one of the systems that could be done a little bit better is landing on planets, because when you fly to a planet, you select you select the planet, you select set landing target, and then you press A to land. Or X to land, whichever one. Yeah. And then the first time you land, so there's a couple things here. There's a couple hiccups. The first time you land on a planet, it actually shows the animation of your ship coming down, kicking on its thrusters and actually setting down on the landing pad if there is one. And whereupon, when you regain control, you are still in your ship's cockpit, and you can press the button to stand up and out of the chair. And at that point, you can equip your spacesuit if you need it for that world. You don't always need a spacesuit. Some worlds have breathable atmosphere. However, if you have been there before and you hit land on the planet, it just teleports you to the surface, and your ship's already landed. Sort of like how your horse is stabled outside the city gates.
Oh, they should at least give you it shows you the cutscene you can skip.
Yes.
Just show a little skip button.
And this is problematic because it does not give you the extra buffer of being in control to actually equip a spacesuit if you need one. So I have teleported my, shorts wearing ass onto the surface of fucking Mars.
Wait, no, that's legitimately bad design. What the fuck?
That's really bad.
Yeah.
That's not good.
You're just on the surface of Mars choking all of a sudden. Yeah. And you don't die immediately, but for a second you're Arnold when he takes his helmet off on Pluto.
That's not good.
Thinking of Arnold on the Magic School Bus when he takes his helmet off on Pluto and his head turns into an ice
Total
cube.
Recall. Sorry,
his head turns into an ice cube, and apparently some people found that traumatizing.
Oh, I did. I thought that was fucked up and scary when I was little. I was like, ah.
So yeah, that happens. A lot of the hiccups that I'm discovering is probably shit they're gonna buff out. It's probably shit they're going to patch.
It's really early. As of recording this, it's still really early in its release cycle.
They're going to patch. They're going to patch it. They're going to update it.
Nobody releases finished games anymore.
It's true.
Yeah. And a lot of these things can only really be discovered by playtesting and having people play and be like, oh, hell.
That's a pretty glaring problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that's game
really
design
bad.
101 right there.
Yeah.
Is don't trap your character in a horrifying Arnold from Magic School Bus situation.
I will say it's not that game breaking because you can just you don't die immediately.
Like you have a second to pause it, but still.
Yeah.
Well, not only is it immersion breaking through the lens of not showing your cool ship that you spent a bazillion years designing, I kind of want to see the ship because I assume there isn't a lot of actual flying in Starfield.
There is.
There is?
There can be. Oh. There can be as much as you want there to be.
Really?
This is my advice to a player of Starfield. So I like to actually, I don't fast travel to a lot of places. I like if here's your mission. It's in this star system. This planet on this star system is far the fuck away. I actually make it a point to get in my ship, take off. Like, when I'm in orbit, I manually plot my course, travel there, and then land. And I do everything as much as possible like that. You can, a lot of times, just fucking fast travel. And, you just fast travel everywhere. You can actually fast travel through the HUD. It's actually really convenient. Because if you have landed on a planet and have explored it for 8 minutes, and you're really far the fuck away from your landed ship, you can just pull up your scanner, and then on the distant horizon where your ship is parked, there'll be an icon for it, and then you can just click on that icon and get the option to fast travel back to your ship. You don't have to schlep 8 minutes back over the rocky terrain to get there, which is nice. And you can also fast travel in cities and other places. Like districts of the city will have an icon like that. You can just select it and fast travel to it if you've been there before. So that's actually really convenient. It can be immersion breaking if you let it be immersion breaking. If you're a person who, like me, likes to stop and smell the roses and take your time getting to a place, I will choose to do that. But you don't have to do either way, which is nice. Going way back before I go off on another tangent, because everything about this game will send me down a tangent that I'll be on for 20 minutes.
We are tangents.
Basically.
When you make your character and you start... you get a face to select from, and then you can start making all the changes to it like you like to do. And then selecting your pronouns is actually one of the last things you do. And the confirm, it's it comes up in the menu of confirm character. Then there'll be an option for a pronoun, and for that's also when you can input your character's name.
Was it just he, she, they?
I think so.
It'd be nice if they had a custom one just so you could do literally anything.
It could be. I'm actually not sure. Because I haven't messed around with it.
My pronoun will be splimp.
Sorry, I got the hiccups all fucking sudden.
This boy hiccuping.
Class selection is like your background. So that basically gives you the way it looks like it looks. I have not super played around with it because I've been the same class every character that I've made. I had a couple of restarts of the game just because I always do. That's my Bethesda process. And I've picked Space Scoundrel as my class every time.
That's pretty cool.
You're a rapscallion.
And
some people call me the Space Scoundrel.
There will be basically the class, the background that it's called backgrounds because it's supposedly what your character's background is. Yeah. They had a life before this.
Oh, that's
before
a first.
This malicious god
exactly.
Their brain and tells them
exactly.
True, though.
But usually, the way it looks is it gives you 3 starting skill perks. Basically, it's and so the Space Scoundrel skill perks that I start with is rank 1 of pistols, rank 1 of piloting, rank 1 of speechcraft. Basically, that's your Space Scoundrel starting set, and you can build on that from there.
Okay.
And the other classes, there's a whole fucking bunch of them to pick from. One of them is Long Hauler, which is the space trucker. Probably comes with some piloting stuff, I would guess. But all of them give you 3 perks already unlocked, basically.
You have a level 1 urine holder.
Yeah, level 1 urine holder. Level 2 lot lizard pickup.
Lot lizard. Level 3 glory hole seeker.
Yeah. Level 4 buy cocaine.
Level 5 join the Posse Comitatus.
Yes.
What?
Nothing.
But yeah, so that's a thing. And Space Long Hauler and Space Scoundrel are 2 of the classes and backgrounds that you can pick from, as is stuff like corpo merc, soldier type stuff, layabout, and then they brought back the traits from New Vegas.
Oh,
so you get to select up to 3 traits to have. Too, and one of them that's kind of interesting is you can have visitable parents as a trait. So you have parents that you can go to their house and they're like, "Hi, son or daughter or whatever."
That's funny.
And
which that shouldn't be like this. Like that shouldn't be a thing that makes you go, "Oh," but no, it is.
What other fucking game?
What
does
game lets
that?
you visit your parents?
Yeah, you can do that.
You can't visit Olimar's parents and pick one.
Yeah.
And,
you can't visit Link's parents because they're always fucking dead.
He's always an orphan.
He's always an orphis.
FBM said, he's like, "Look at them just standing on the couch. My parents, everybody."
Aw.
But there's also all kinds of unique random encounters and interactions and stuff, some of which will be dependent on some of your traits and classes and stuff like that. So there's a lot of fun stuff like that. Here's where it gets fun, because One Piece is in Starfield.
Oh yeah.
Because the space pirates are a joinable faction, and the background lore for the space pirates is like their leader left all of his loot in one place, and everyone's searching for it. And I'm guessing if you do their quests, that might come into, that might be a thing.
Yeah. Wealth, fame, and power.
Yes.
Oh, I should note something in Baldur's Gate that I found out recently. Speaking of references to other things in video games, I went up to a mirror in Baldur's Gate. Like, there's just a mirror on the wall in somebody's house or whatever. And I go up to it and I activate it. And my character goes, "It's still me, despite everything."
Oh.
And I'm like, "Hey, I know that one."
I think Jen told me about that.
Yeah. It's a cute little Undertale reference in my Baldur's Gate. And I thought that was real neat.
It literally says that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When she was, for some reason, I remember her telling me about it, and I was like, "Nah, maybe not." But the way you described it is like, I don't see how it couldn't be. So I don't know how she described it.
It's literally the quote, but switched.
Okay.
So instead of "despite everything, it's still you," it's still me despite everything.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's an Undertale quote. Yeah, that's an Undertale reference. Yeah. You can't tell real stats.
And then there's a little goat in a wizard hat comes up and goes,
and you go, "Rousey!" Also, I can't. Another reason that convinced me to try playing the game again is there's a reference to these ogres that you meet, and one of them has this crown that has you don't know this at first, but there's 2 dumb ogres talking, and then one smart ogre, but he's smart in a stupid way, but he's very verbose, and he just seems his name is Lump the Enlightened. And there's a whole bunch of ways you can interact with him. I'm sad because you can't make him a party member, because that would be really fun. Yeah. But what you can do is, long story short, if you kill him and loot his body, you'll find he has a circlet, like a little crown, that brings your intelligence up to 17, no matter who you are. And so my rock stupid barbarian is now the smartest barbarian on the planet. And so I need to find a way to change my name to Dr. Killenstein. Which, by the way, can you become a Dr. Killenstein in Starfield?
What's Dr. Killenstein?
I don't know. It sounds cool.
Yeah.
Probably, but one...
And they're a doctor, God damn it.
Probably. I have not. I feel like I've barely scratched the surface with all you can do in Starfield, because I just keep farting around endlessly repainting my ship. But one thing I can tell you is that the you can reopen the character creator. I have OCD, so I have to remake a new character. I can't just be I can't just pretend I was a different person and now I'm a different one now. If I want to do a different build and a different character, I restart the fucking game because I'm that OCD. But if you are not thusly afflicted and just want to have fun, you can they took the fucking what do you call it? the Elden Ring approach to the character creator. You could just reopen it at any time. And there's a service. It's a business called Enhance, and they're like plastic surgery of the future, basically. And you just go in there and like pay 500 credits, which is a shockingly low amount in game. It's like $50. And then it just reopens the character creator with no strings attached, and you can be completely different, and you can change your name. So you're not saddled with the same name forever, or pronouns. So you can change that at any time.
You can change your gender whenever you want for a low price at 500 credits.
Exactly. And one thing this is something I was going to talk about with the character creator because I thought it was interesting. Do you know about the Slinky Walk?
Slinky Walk?
No.
So that's my term for it. I don't know if it's the actual term or if it's the term I'm even remembering from the documentary. A female character
following you.
So the Slinky Walk is a term that people use to refer to whenever there is a game that has female characters, and like all the female characters walk with like a seductive slinky walk.
I know what you're talking about.
As opposed to walking like a normal human being, like women actually move, like as though women actually move different than men. You know. Yeah.
I mean, they do, but like not like to that degree. Not like that.
They don't like slink everywhere. They don't slink everywhere like they're on heels.
It's just like somebody whose center of balance is in their hips instead of their shoulders would walk, not a person who's Jessica Rabbit.
Yes, the Jessica Rabbit walk.
Yeah,
and like a lot of games fall flat, and it's a disappointing feature nowadays. In my book, and in lots of people's opinions, that a female character will have a slinky walk, and it's like they did everything else right, but they gave the women a slinky walk, and that's dumb. And Bethesda's
I wouldn't mind it if it was an option.
So that's the thing. The Slinky Walk has always been a Bethesda staple of female characters. Even in Skyrim they have that, which sucks. But they made it so that you can. They call it walk style, and you can ascribe the Slinky Walk to a male character or vice versa.
I like that.
I could be a rocket flying twink.
Yes.
Oh hell yeah!
Absolutely. You can make a big buff burly dude and have him walk like he's on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Hey, Smile, look at how I walk in these bumps.
So I thought that was a very interesting solution to that problem.
I'll say, whoa.
And if you want your female character to not have a slinky walk, you can not give them one. Yeah. So that's nice.
Now here's the thing: do they have that in the opposite direction too? Do they have a kind of like a?
Yes.
Wait, really?
Yeah, you can give the...
I motioned like walking like a big muscle man, just for those who are listening.
What was it, like ILS, invisible lat syndrome or something? that video that Jen showed us about the guys like always walking with their arms up.
Yeah.
Just like, put your fucking arms down.
Like you get the fucking Bruce Timm triangle body.
Yeah.
And they have that?
Yes.
Wow. So wait, there's more than 2 walk styles.
No, there's just 2 walk styles.
Oh, okay.
But
there's Beef Boy and Jessica Rabbit. Basically.
The exaggeration of the walk style, whether it's the beefy Bruce Timm walk or the super slinky sexy walk, the exaggeration of the walk seems to change with the proportions of your character.
No shit. Oh my god, wait a minute, hold on. Does this mean that if I make my character really fat, they'll walk like... Well,
I made my character. The character that I showed you, the Walls Cripes guy that I made to be that sort of character, I maxed out the fatness with him. And he has kind of like a dumpy, slow walk.
That's awesome, what?
But he looks real. He walks and moves realistically. He looks and walks like a person would, and it's like interesting.
That's fucking awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
It's like, fat people do be different. we walk different. We lumber.
It's, I don't know.
Trundle.
It's like...
We would trundle, perhaps. We ogre stride. Can you make your character skin green, and can you make Shrek?
No. Actually, I have not fucked around with the skin tones yet.
Yes.
Mostly they appear to have gone in a realistic direction with all of that.
I mean,
stuff,
and that's fair. That's fair. But also just going around in you make Shrek and then you make your ship look like Donkey.
You don't make your ship look like Lord Farquaad's giant head?
Markiplier?
E. More on these Starfield stories as they develop, because the game's still early. I've only been playing it. I've had 13 years to play Skyrim and learn everything in that.
That's
now
true.
You got to give me 13 more years to learn everything in Starfield.
Yeah.
Idiots Haim is going to be in this game too.
He probably is.
He's on a random ass planet with 16 times the detail. I gotta get my Todd Howard jokes out before the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that!
It's Todd Howard.
There he is. His head is very large.
He's the size of the moon.
Hello, Todd. My body is ready.
I use player.setScale 1000.
A miles tall Todd Howard. That's a really funny thought. I like that. Give me make a miles tall Todd Howard floating in the middle of the galaxy, you cowards. Do it! Fight God!
Now even you know I am a menace. I hand you the secrets to save the entire human race and the entire universe.